Hello, my name is Thorgal and welcome to the stream. Today we are playing a free-for-all Friday on Saturday. Well, you can't choose your free-for-all Fridays, I guess. We haven't had a free-for-all Friday game on Friday, and we will have it today instead. As usual, prepare for weird alliances, prepare for betrayal. Players will load in any moment now. There is no balloon on, therefore I can't really tell you what the situation on the map is. I'm very sorry, can't do anything about it. Therefore, you guys will have to do with my banter. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we have Alyosha playing with us. He hasn't played with us for a very long time. We have two Imperators in the game, Imperator Ricardo and a guy called Imperator. I don't know that one. We have a fan of Spain called Viva España as blue. And we have a communist, Call of It, a British communist, a red communist right there. Here we go, everyone started, everyone loaded in. Let's hope for a very fun, entertaining game. I will try to get balloon as soon as it's possible. I shall sacrifice my income. I shall sacrifice my gain for your enjoyment. We are playing on rivers and plateaus settings. Rivers are the new setting added by the latest update to the game. Looks like my neighbor is Viva España in the top right corner. And I'm about to increase my range of vision to find color on the map. And using my incredible powers of seeing things, I see color on the top of the map. As do you. Looks like I'm in a very bad position, right in the middle of the map. Gonna get crushed between 1, 2, 3, 4 other players, maybe even 5. Really in a bad spot. Not a chance to survive unless I use the new mechanic and bribe some of the players to leave me alone. Call of it located on an extremely lucky position, to be honest. Very safe. At least his center is very safe. Not safe from ships, that's for sure. If there was one player to make a bunch of ships, he could completely decimate Call of it. Of course, Call of it can counter that and use his sea to also use ships and protect himself even better. He definitely will have to get sea dominance, river dominance early in the game. this is the first game, I am going to try and use the trading mechanics added into the game to save my buttocks. I'm bleeding for my life towards Ricardo. To send him some of my heart and money now. Oh, I can't. I have to wait 2 more minutes. Call of it attacking my neighbors, so I don't have to worry about my north for now. Daniel R says, horse archers are so cool. Yes, they are indeed. They used to be a very overpowered unit back in the day, where you could make a ton of them and completely decimate people at range, while still remaining very mobile. Of course, they were nerfed, and perhaps rightly so. Looks like the send resources feature is not working for some reason. I will have to read the patch notes to maybe find some information on that. Okay, looks like the feature is broken. I am so sorry about that. I'll try to send resources later. I believe the feature works the way when there is 2 allied players on the map the other players can send resources to each other when they have no team, and the players' allies can send resources between each other. So unfortunately, we can't use the send resources option on free-for-alls. At least not on 1 versus 1, etc. Very sad about this. Especially that I got really ready for using that option here. Basarab and Imperator are fighting. Imperator completely failing to attack. I have decided to be completely random in my actions and for 2 players, right? Completely senseless thing I've done. A bad idea by Kala to send his peasants to fight. I believe he thought that he could beat my musketeers there. Definitely a lot of beef between Colofit and Viva España there. And now Imperator Ricardo is going to have a dilemma of who to conquer. He has a very significant army, very strong army, composed mainly of shields, hydux, which are equivalent of 17th century musketeer that can be produced as fast as pikemen, which is quite fast. Along with hussars. Looks like hussars are heading for Fargo. Imperator Ricardo raiding, killing Fargo's peasants while Fargo is attacking Basarab. So Ricardo is basically saving Basarab from very clear defeat there. Basarab still has a chance to survive thanks to Imperator Ricardo, who just attacked with his hussars. They did an immense amount of damage to the economy and did some damage to Fargo's units. Looks like the light green Imperator is not very keen on Basarab's revival there, and decided to attack while sacrificing his north. Definitely not a very smart move if that player is not just doing banter. I don't see a reason for him to fight Basarab at this moment. Viva España moving on an offensive towards Caliphate. So far, the only player that decided to use the water to their advantage is Caliphate, who realizes how important it is for him to control that frontier. Caliphate definitely with the strongest position there is. Viva España did not realize he could just build a port to the north and harass Caliphate that way. A decent use of Tatars is not what this player is doing. Losing a ton of Tatars to that galley. Viva España are very easily dispatching the palisades of Caliphate. Basarab is getting up from his from the floor. He is getting up on his feet after being attacked by Imperator and Fargo. He didn't lose that many peasants because he backed them off in a very smart move to save his economy. Caliphate moving on Viva España, the preemptive strike. Viva España has lost the majority of his Tatars, therefore he cannot do much damage to the musketeers in the back. Viva España keeps running away. He does not hope to win. He did not hope to win with those Janissaries. He hoped to give himself more time before Caliphate responded with an attack on Viva España's capital. Caliphate moving on with his galleys towards Viva España's capital. We might see some long-range bombardment from those galleys. And there they are. Mortar fire, very frequent mortar fire from those galleys, killing some of Viva España's units while destroying the buildings. The buildings of Viva España are not upgraded and therefore will be easily destroyed. Viva España, the blue player, is making the mistake of gathering his units around the building that is being bombarded. Shrapnel is killing them. The Vespanian doing a very desperate move. Instead of running away with his peasants, he's sacrificing them at the end. And ultimately giving up. Now, I believe Colofit is most likely to focus on the pink player, on Alyosha right now. He's doing very good so far. Thorgal definitely antagonizing Imperator Ricardo after his raid near the start of the game. Imperator Ricardo's raid on Alyosha, it would seem. Also, Alyosha is just as very unpredictable player, doing very weird things. He has no reason to actually fight Alyosha, but he does it for the fun of it. Alyosha absolutely decimating. Sorry, Imperator Ricardo absolutely decimating Alyosha's troops. The other Imperator is saved for now. I admit, a very entertaining sight right there. Thorgal using this the loss of Hussars on Imperator Ricardo's side to attack and gather his troops against Ricardo. Ricardo's unit amount is very big now. Colofit does not have to do anything to win this game. He only has the turtle in his base, but I doubt that is what he is going to do. A big battle right there. Some nice terrain for Ricardo. That terrain is definitely providing some boost to the shooting units. Ricardo completely overpowering Thorgal. Thorgal trying to send some reinforcements, very late reinforcements, that won't have much of any impact on the result of this battle. A crushing win for Imperator Ricardo. If Imperator Ricardo keeps this up, there will be no alliances on the other side of the map. He is almost sure to win this game, even against Colofit. Colofit moving out of his base to colonize the outer territory. Turn 2 AMG asks, why no 4 versus 4 today? Well, we are doing a free-for-all on Friday on Saturday. We are doing a free-for-all Friday. Sorry, had a kind of a hiccup right there. Because we haven't done it yesterday. We have done some tournament streaming. Not a particularly very exciting tournament. I believe this must be much more entertaining to you guys. Fargo has just quit. Ricardo, very aggressive. He saved Basarab, but he's now going on offensive against him, it would seem. Call of it has a ton of potential to expand here. If Call of it manages to take over my old mines and Viva España's mines and upgrade them too, his economy will be unbeatable. Alyosha definitely planning to get rid of Call of it. Call of it has no ships on this side, and Alyosha can easily enter with his army. A bit too hasty with the shields there. Call of it already building a ship, getting ready. A bit too late. Might still save him. What am I saying? There is nothing that has to save Kala. Kala can save himself just alright. Those 18th century dragoons are helping a lot right there. Call of it giving Alyosha a proposal of alliance, I believe. Yes, it is kind of a truce between those two, is what Call of it is proposing. Of course, it's a big threat from Call of it. Call of it has offered that by threatening Alyosha. Alyosha says he has enough men to fight Call of it. We'll see what happens. And the thing that happened is that Alyosha decided to counter-attack Call of it. Call of it might have overestimated his strength. Call of it running away. Call of its production will be up to maximum very soon. Definitely feeling the threat from Alyosha here. Unfortunately for Kala, Kala didn't have enough of manpower to properly threaten Alyosha's existence. Imperator doing some really weird diversionary attacks with just a few shields. Attacking Alyosha while being so outnumbered, so much economically weaker. Sorry, so economically weaker. Just it's like a really small dog attacking a bear. Daniel R says Call of it doesn't have many peasants. Yes, he doesn't have many peasants due to his failure when fighting my men. They were murdered very brutally by my musketeers. Call of it was frightened enough to sacrifice his peasants for survival against my muskets. Call of its peasant situation is it's bad indeed. He might want to build some more town halls and make more peasants. Alyosha and Ricardo definitely leading with the peasant amounts. Imperator Ricardo has 600 peasants compared to 580 peasants of Alyosha at the moment. Kolofit's peasant amount is half that number. Basarab has grown in strength a lot. Still, I don't think Basarab will be of any threat to Imperator Ricardo. Boutel 2, likely, it's probably spoken completely different, but Boutel 2 says, I swear those maps make Cossacks closer to a proper Age of Empires competitor. I agree, those maps are absolutely great, I love them. Kolofit doing a very, very interesting maneuver with his ferry right there, building a port. Kolofit is planning to take over the world with ships. That is a very funny tactic there, very interesting one. I absolutely love it. We already see Frigate rolling out. Nobody seems to notice what Kolofit is doing. If Kolofit manages to do this, he could transport units safely around the map. He could just keep on surviving and surviving. As long as he has the resources to do so, which I believe he does so far. Looking at the amount of mines he has, he might want to upgrade some of them. Especially the mines in the north. The light green player, Imperator, is doing something very, very weird. Attacking with only shields at the front. Basarab decimated as expected. Okay, now that Basarab is out of the game, Ricardo has one closest enemy to fight. He might become friends with Alyosha. In the meantime, they will get rid of Kolofit. Imperator Ricardo is backing off. Indeed, definitely planning to fight Kolofit. He's going to heal his units. He's going to resupply the amount of units in his formations there. I recall of it doing a very weird wall formation. The most obvious way that Ricardo could use to attack Alyosha has been blocked off by Kolofit to Kolofit's soon-to-be doom. In the meantime, we see the light green Imperator being killed off slowly. A huge amount of archers by Alyosha. Light green sending his units to death, one after another. Daniel R says, making walls is so hard at times. Yes, it definitely is sometimes. Very frustrating. I can assure you, when the game was released, it was much more frustrating than it is now. Kolofit is continuing his mission to colonize all the rivers. Imperator will be out of the game completely any second now. With that huge amount of archers destroying the buildings. Once again, our very active viewer, Bainlor, says, if Kolofit gets a ship of the line, it's GG. He might want to get those once his income is enough for all the upgrades that he might want to get, such as the fire rate upgrades, which he likely already has. If trading was enabled on free-for-all games, Kolofit could take fair fees through his little bridges between the rivers. Imperator doing a peculiar move, moving his ferry towards Kolofit's shipyard. Kolofit's other ship actually doing more damage to the shipyard than the ferry on the other side. Kolofit is doing more damage to his own ship than the ferry. A very funny thing here. Kolofit might want to get some accuracy upgrade for his cannons. Huge movement on the map from Imperator Ricardo side. Those are his raiders. Definitely aiming for Kolofit's Dragoons. Kolofit won't lose much. But Imperator Ricardo is already sending some grenadiers towards Kolofit's fortification there. Kolofit might want to move his frigate towards that little outpost. Kolofit has moved the frigate, but it's very late. As I said, Kolofit should have invested in some accuracy upgrades. I believe Ricardo is going for the ferry and he's going to destroy it with grenades. I might have been wrong, and Ricardo might just not realize that he can do that. He can even destroy the frigate with not really many grenades. That is what he is trying to do. A very nice move. Grenades deal a ton of damage to ships. A real ton. Look, that ship had 50,000 health. Now it has 33,000. This would have been a catastrophic thing for Color if it wasn't for the update that adds ship repair into the game. The ships can be repaired by the shipyards, like just clicking a button. Alicia still trying to get rid of light green. How is this possible? He should have been dead for a very long time. And Alicia could have just colonized this terrain, taken all these mines, and that is not what he is doing. He doesn't seem really concerned with light green. Call of it unintentionally shot nearly all of Alyosha's archers. Now helping Alyosha, trying to, I guess, better his visage in Alyosha's eyes. Poor little light green Imperator. Hello, Sir Basmati. Welcome to the stream. Look at that congestion in Kolofit's and Alyosha's base. Definitely more congestion in Kolofit's base. There's not much space to live on that island. Still, we don't see that many peasants on Kolofit's side there. A lot of Ricardo's peasants, a ton of Alyosha's peasants. Not such a good situation on Kolofit's side. Ricardo is doing an extremely smart move and building shipyards in the top right corner. Kolofit a bit slow to react, but he just noticed and he's going to attack there. Kolofit still hasn't got the speed upgrade for his ships, and therefore his ships are very slow to intervene, and Ricardo will have enough time to build enough boats to defend himself. That one frigate wants to. Kolofit sinking Ricardo's ships with a ship of the line and nearly unstoppable force. Great Ricardo building 3 or 4 ships of the line at the same time. They will be built very soon. These galleys are just a decoy. Great thinking by Ricardo. A genius idea only a very smart mind could come up with. Kolofit doing well to protect himself. Looks like Kolofit will reign supreme. Nothing can help Ricardo anymore. Call of it leads supreme. Of course, this is not much of a loss for Imperator Ricardo due to no losses in his infantry on which his army is based. I believe both Imperator Ricardo and Alyosha realize how much of a danger Call of it is, and they will both ally against him. Imperator Ricardo finishing the ships of the line any moment. But Holofit is doing the same, he's making a ton of ships of the line. Call of Duty has just become completely, utterly unstoppable on the sea. I don't believe Alyosha and Ricardo understand that the more time they take to get ready to attack Color, the stronger Color gets. Both players will have to rely on rash tactics. No other way to win this. Alyosha senselessly very late with building mines on the left bottom corner there. All of it will just destroy them anyway. Players are late with a lot of things. Just like Europe during World War II. David Sharp is asking, Color, have you upgraded shipbuilding speed? I can see that. And the answer is yes, he has done that. Very early on. Even before he actually built his first ship. If you guys like my commentary, you could employ me as your very own personal lector, narrator for a movie, or a very short film. I do animated characters too. not much happening right now. Everyone is just expanding the army, building more houses to increase their population limits. Ricardo finally taking the mines. Just random person says, "What? You fight with Europe in World War II? How can Europe be late?" That is not what I said. Well, Europe did fight with Europe during World War II. As in, you know, Germany, Allies and Axis. So what I meant was that people were too late to realize what deep shit they were in before the war started, the Second World War. As when Poland was telling people that Nazis are arming themselves and are danger to Europe, they weren't really listened to. And so we had World War II. David Sharp says, so much Great Britain in that game. Yes, I agree, this is a very British game. Look at all those red shirts. Look at all those ships, all those ports. It's a British dominance over the world. Daniel R asks, are cannons not allowed? Yes, as in, no, they are not allowed. There's no cannons in these games other than those on the ships. Cannons would have definitely helped other players against the ships, and I think this will likely be an option that Call of Duty will include in the future river games. Kind of an important counter against ships. Especially that ships were buffed a ton with the latest update, giving way more health to ships of the line and giving a repair option to the shipyards for the ships. Looks like Ricardo, Imperator Ricardo, is rushing with his army towards Kalafit. Kalafit will have to split his army in two if he wants to defend from a simultaneous attack. But Alyosha is not planning a Ricardo is not planning a simultaneous attack. He just attacked alone, and he is likely to lose because of this. The attack is proving quite effective at the moment. Ricardo very late with his infantry though. Alyosha abandoning Ricardo completely and basically just losing the game by not helping Ricardo. Alyosha extremely late. Might not have been too late. There still is a chance for Alyosha to win. No, not really. If he could have attacked earlier, there might have been a chance. Not a chance to beat Kalafit without cannons. Cannons and cooperation was needed during this game, and those players had none of that. They couldn't have cannons because those were not enabled, and they were just really bad at cooperating. They were killing each other while the biggest enemy in the game was growing in strength and in fortifying his position. Now about to kill off Alyosha. Ricardo cannot help Alyosha because he has a very, very small army. And maybe if Kalafit is changing, Kalafit is attacking two players at the same time. Just Random Person says, they lost the chance to win, watching how he built old ports and do nothings. Yes, that is what I'm saying. Don't you get Second World War vibes? This feels like Second World War and Germany situation. Ricardo definitely no chance to defend himself, but Alyosha, there is a chance there. Alyosha's defense was a success. He had enough units in his base to defend. I don't believe this is enough units to attack. But Coffee made a huge mistake of not repairing his walls after the attack. And he might pay the highest price for it. Alyosha doing a very weird move and moving back and letting Colorfit win. Well, looks like this is basically it for both Impota Ricardo and soon Alyosha. Alyosha completely squandered the chance of winning the game. Thomas12912 says, Ricardo, why didn't you destroy his ships with grenadiers first? That is because he did not have a possibility of getting close enough to throw the grenades. The players are very mad at Kala for his tactics, which definitely are tactics, it's not cheating. They stood by while Colorfit was expanding his ship realm. The players are trying to justify their foolishness. Alyosha and Ricardo basically saying their goodbyes for this game. Kolofit admitting that he was unstoppable due to the lack of cannons. Kolofit roasting himself also. When you're so fat, you need ships to travel around the map. That's Kolofit. Alyosha being bombarded. Daniel R. Guys, don't get salty when you get outplayed. Yes, that is what's happening. Ricardo is being a bit overtaken by emotions. I'm sorry about that. And Thomas12912, to answer your question politely, there is no way to destroy a ship of the line with grenadiers due to the very high fire rate and the very low range of grenades. It's not the matter of damage of fully upgraded grenadiers, it's the matter of range. They just can't get close enough. Especially if the ship of the line can move away. a chance to get through the cannons. Don't worry guys, there will be another game. I'm sure you're excited to see something new happening. Daniel R says, thanks to ship repair, ship of the line is overpowered. And that is true. That is definitely true. Ship of the line has become overpowered when combined with the option of the ship repair. Because it's fortunate it takes a long time to repair the ships. If there were cannons, this could have been stopped. This is a GG. Just in case you were wondering who won FIFA World Cup today, it was no one. It was 1-1, Germany and Sweden. Tom FD has brought us this information. Germany won, Sweden won. Goal. Daniel R says, I had no idea you could build ships if cannons are not allowed. I believe that should be an option in the game to disable ships. Unfortunately, we have no such option currently. Oh, here's the thing for the developers to improve. Right time for another game. Thomas12912, it says, okay, so 400 grenadiers, it is not that much of a problem. You have to just make way for the horses. More actions you want. Thomas, you want to distract Ship of the Line to shoot many units at once, but still, if you sacrifice 400 grenadiers and some more units to kill one ship, is that really a good idea? You're sacrificing way more resources to kill just one ship. That can be very easily replaced. A very bad idea. Clement van Nogwat says, are the 18th Dragoons fixed yet? Sorry Clement, you have to explain how are they broken first, and then I will tell you. We're going to have another game. Clement says, Old 18th Dragoons firepower 92. Broken Team Dragoons worthless firepower of less than 50. I think there is a language barrier between us, my dear friend. I believe what he meant is that 18th Dragoons were made way weaker, way nerfed. And you don't like that. Well, they were nerfed along with all other shooting units. Therefore, they are still a very strong unit. I assure you, Dragoons are extremely strong. Once again, 18-inch Dragoons are not broken. They were adjusted to the changes in the overall balance of units. Other units' damage was also decreased. Health was changed. It's definitely a balance. If Dragoons had 90 damage in the current state of affairs, they would be unstoppable. They would be the best unit in the entire game. People will just keep making Dragoons and nothing else, I assure you. We are just waiting for players to start. We are likely going to play a 2 versus 2, versus 2, versus 2 now. We have enough players now. Clement, you might have been the champion of November 2002, but that was different Cossacks back then. Now, I am going to leave you guys for 1 minute to take care of my needs. I will be back very soon. And I have returned to you, my dear viewers and listeners. I did get a few messages saying that they enjoy listening other than just watching to the stream, which I am very, very flattered by. We are waiting on people to choose their nations. And ready up. We are playing a 2 versus 2 versus 2. One of our viewers has joined us, Thomas129, also Jijao 1973. We are playing a 2 versus 2 versus 2 versus guess what? Versus 5. No, it's versus 2. 4 teams, 2 players in each. 15 minutes peacetime, 5,000 resources, no capture, ships are on, and so are the cannons. I am very sorry for my voice getting worse and worse as we go. I've been talking for almost 2 hours, nearly non-stop to you guys. It hurts. It hurts after so much talking. One person has left us and we have to wait for one more person to join us. It could be you, my dear viewer. It could, yes, I'm talking about you specifically. Come on, join us if you can make it in time. We have a person that joined and immediately chose Ukraine. Likely a Ukrainian. Wait, my god. It's not a player. I thought it was a player. It is an AI. My god. This is quite interesting. The noob Ruhik too was paired with an Ukrainian AI. This is fun. This is very fun. I agree with this choice, Call of it. Going to be interesting. We never had a game like this before. We have rivers, cannons, balloon, 15 minutes peacetime, 2 versus 2 versus 2 versus 2, and a Ukrainian impossible AI. That is interesting. We are starting this very entertaining game. Please stay with us. This will be fun. I promise, 100% certain this will be a great game. Any moment now, we will start. Players loading in. And I am loading in. I'm looking at the situation. I see trouble. I am right next to color. That's a good thing. A very interesting map. Really looks like area near Washington in the USA. We have river coming from the northwest, sorry. That's a very weird map. Going to be loads of fun. The AI is next to Call of it. Just Zhao 1973 loading in, and Basarab. C Mark says, I am new in the game and I won't play against you. Why don't you give it a try? You know, practice makes a master, or something like that. All right, we have started. Once again, don't leave. I assure you this is going to be a very fun game. I hope not only for me, but also for you. The players are currently complimenting my commentary. I'm just flattered. And all the red and emotions there. The nice kind of emotions. I'm very focused on game, that is why my commentary was kind of slow down here, but don't you worry, I'm still here. My name's Bear Grylls. An awful joke. Looking at the AI now, how it develops, and it's actually doing really good. You know, it is an AI, but it's actually doing great. It really is. It's not taking many gold mines, which is a mistake. Bad AI, you know, if we're playing well enough. but the AI is doing better than the player, I believe. Joe and Thomas129 will likely work together to kill Ruhik 2 first. It depends on what actions will Alyosha and Basarab take, and I believe Alyosha is going to go for me first, due to the antagonization of color by other players. Looks like the relations between me and all the other players are friendly. He'll just want to get rid of color. Colorfit doing really bad when it comes to his army compared to the other players, at least for now. He's going to grow stronger, I assure you. Thomas129 building a wall between himself and Colorfit. There is some fear there that Colorfit will focus on Thomas. That is what Thomas is afraid, I believe. What I foresee is that Call of Duty will want to get rid of the impossible AI first. I am unsure. Would be fun if the AI won the game. Oh, that would be such a great thing. Everyone is just so nice to me, I don't feel threatened. I can build my little village in peace, it would seem. The peacetime has ended, and we see the first act of aggression on this. The first act of aggression from the bot, sending grenadiers towards Thomas. Or Call of It. Yes, they are going to Call of It. Oh god. It's just hilarious. Call of It having to back off and fight with an AI for survival. And it is a real threat. And the AI is doing a little bit of damage to the peasants. And not much of a chance to get through. Those Serdics could be a problem. We see a lot of action on the right side. Ruhik is fighting against Joao, and I didn't expect Ruhik to be so aggressive. Thomas and Joao actually becoming kind of a significant force. Alyosha is making a lot of shipyards. He is going to take over the water. That's the first person. Will Colofit be fast enough and eliminate the enemy? The enemy shipyards, of course, is what I mean. Ruhik too will be out of the game very quickly. Already trying to rebuild, even though his town hasn't been destroyed, in the top right corner. Perhaps he will be spared, being the weakest player in the game currently. The AI is definitely stronger than him. Of course, it's just a new player. This is not a diss on the player. It's a normal state of things. All of us were once worse than the AI. Alyosha's ship started to pose a danger to me. I do have to react to that somehow. Unsure how to just yet. Color is doing an okay job at doing this for the moment. Colorful definitely about to secure domination over that river. On the other hand, Thomas is securing domination over the other river on the other side, in the middle of the map. All of it reacted just in time to Alyosha building ships, but Alyosha this time has an opportunity to counter the ships later in the game by building cannons. As does everyone else. Alyosha was left alone by Basarab. Basarab has disconnected from the game or just left. And poor Alyosha. I don't think he will be very aggressive. Likely will play defensive. I just destroyed my own mine with a misclick. Perfect. That's absolutely perfect. I am a professional player, everyone. I am the best of the best. Obviously not. Ah, God. Thomas on an offensive, definitely playing very offensively towards Kolofit there. Or maybe it is a defensive move, trying to protect himself from Kala, realizing how much of a threat he is. I see a Polish viewer in the chat saying Lektor Iwona. Well, if you want to see my Polish voice, here it is. Witam wszystkich Polaków w czacie. There you go, that was my Polish voice. Thomas playing really aggressively towards my wall. I do not like that. Is Colorfit going to charge that hill? No, he isn't. He could not possibly be. No, he is doing it. What a madman! He is charging that hill right there. I cannot believe it. Kolofit is not a dumb person. He is not doing this out of stupidity. He is doing this out of banter. And I think he is winning. That is... Oh god, he is winning. Complete massacre of Thomas's troops. The quality was definitely on side of Kolofit. Kolofit had much better equipped units. The AI is going to attack Color with a huge force of 36 Grenadiers. Oh, look, there actually is some success from the AI fighting with Zhao. The AI is actually killing Zhao. And using mortars to bombard him. Call of it wrecking through Thomas's base. Thomas is getting his galleys to return and defend his homeland. A slight bit too late. Thomas has managed to run with the majority of his peasants. While Zhao is struggling, fighting with the AI. Zhao has received a very important asset. He got a lot of enemy mortars. It really is something. The AI has made a breach in the wall of Thomas, but decided to back off. Ah, what a dirty little game. Guys, you must be enjoying this as much as I am. Guys, we have reached 44 viewers. Thank you very much for tuning in to the game. For those who don't know, my name is Thorgal, and I am the commentator of this channel. AI is trying to save Thomas. We have never had such a special game as this one. Maybe except for one back in the days. Everyone is just receiving the aggression from Caliphate. AI about to die. Caliphate is getting a lot of free mortars. Caliphate is getting some losses from the howitzers. And I am being attacked in a very brutal way. I really don't appreciate it. Thomas really started being aggressive towards me. Thomas really wants to destroy my mind before he dies. He is surviving thanks to fairies in the bottom corner. One of the players has said that all he sees is red. Poor guy. The AI has been almost beaten and out of the game. Alyosha is getting extremely strong. Thomas really wants to destroy that mine, but it is important to me, so I'm not gonna let that happen. And Alyosha is doing an offensive move. He is attacking me right now. I am in danger. I am likely to be eliminated from the game due to my lack of focus on military. I am being attacked by cannons. Fortunately, Kolofit is coming to help with its ships. And from now on, I should grow in strength a lot. I'm starting to focus on my army, building up my my military buildings. I already have the strongest economy in the game due to my focus on that. Those cannons are doing a lot of damage. Alyosha has done something very stupid. He has left his cannons to be taken over by Kala. Very unwise move right there. Alyosha having a problem with his hardware. His FPS seems to be too low. Or it might be his internet connection being too weak. Yes, it's definitely Alyosha's hardware. C. Marks asks, what is the meaning of the numbers next to the gold? That is the upkeep of units and ships, or buildings such as towers. If it's like -5, that means you're paying 5 gold per second to upkeep your mercenaries, your ships of the line, or your artillery and towers. Colofit's ship of the line has set a very important objective as its point of honor and wants to destroy Alyosha's free walls at all costs. The brave crew of that ship of the line is doing a very bad job. An awful job. The game has slowed down quite a bit for the moment, but it's about to get bloody. And what I meant by bloody is I am going to send my man to die for no apparent reason. I'm sure you guys want blood, you'll have blood. I am being urged by Colofit to stay, to not be reckless. I shall listen this one time. And I will wait for his directives. Guys, we will also be streaming tomorrow, just in case you didn't know. Colofit is going to fight. And so am I. Even I am having some FPS problems right now. Not only Alyosha's problem anymore. In the meantime, the other players, Jiao and Thomas, are building cute little villages. All of it is adjusting his army. This was an awful move by Alyosha. He has just lost the bonus for stand ground. Oh, I wonder who's going to win this. I actually have no idea. I don't see much happening on my screen. I believe we are winning, but I can't be sure. Yeah, we definitely are winning that one. This is very satisfying. This is a beautiful last stand. Look at that map. The terrain is so awesome. Alyosha could have used, though, that hill to fortify himself. He could have built some walls. He could have built some towers, but he didn't. He had built some towers. This would prove much more difficult for us, to take much more time to defeat him. Alyosha is kind of rusty because he hasn't played the game for a very, very long time. He just returned to it. I definitely enjoyed that fight. How about you, chat? Tell me, what are your thoughts about this game? Would you like to see more games like this? A 2 versus 2 versus 2 game? Or maybe not. Maybe you would like to see something different. This is going to be the last siege of this game. We're going to siege that city. Might be fun. I am going to bring all the artillery I have. My bowmen are already marching along with Kolofit's army there. Those bowmen are vicious. Nearly completely upgraded. 150 HP, a ton of damage. I hope to break through that wall very quickly. Kolofit says it's time to colonize Lisbon. Lisbon being Zhao's town. You do have to appreciate how nice Zhao's town looks. It looks pretty nice. Okay, so this is an act of war. A priest is being killed by Zhao's towers. This is clearly an act of war, and we have to protect our citizens. In a moment now, we will see how we storm the walls of Zhao's town. We are just waiting for my dear raiders to arrive. And here they are, and so come my bowmen about to destroy the enemy walls. Thorgal about to be removed from existence. A great slaughter about to happen now. A beautiful town made by Joe. I will not take any more part in slaughtering those poor peasants. I just can't stand the moral dilemma right there. I lacked any wood to destroy those towers. I did not expect that to happen. Forgot I have no wood production. A big combined force of raiders and hussars about to get rid of Thomas's army unless he manages to run away. our last troops are going towards war. The war is a tedious business, I have to tell you. Just tried to sneakily enter Thomas's base, and it didn't work. Fortunately, Colofit is going to establish dominance over the sea, I am sure. Fortunately, cannons by Colofit are working just fine, getting rid of the ships. And Colofit will have to destroy the cannons now. Still, the damage is done. Thomas has managed to capture some of the cannons. Unfortunately, he also got my cannons. That is just bad. Entirely awful. I absolutely forgot about my cannons, and we lost them. The situation has completely reversed itself. The siege continues. Our siege is starting to bear fruit. Ajao is losing ground. We did not think this would take this long. Thomas is sending his hussars out. Not sure what he is trying to achieve with this, since all the other ways are blocked off. He cannot attack us from the east, from the west. Sorry. Thomas has created a ship of the line in a desperate move to defend himself. All of his cannons will surely dispatch it very quickly. Thomas is trying to capture some cannons, but he is failing at that. I'm destroying Thomas from afar. Thomas is about to be defeated. And there goes his whole town. All they have now are units in the sea. But they are going to get destroyed anyway. These players are very stubborn on survival. Anyway, now these players are going to stop existing. We are going to eradicate their people like Thanos did. I am making 200 yachts to fight the enemy right now. The enemy is being completely obliterated. I have an endless army of yachts coming in. That's true. Thomas has actually rebuilt behind our backs. My god. What a madman. Well, he will not rejoice for a long time. He was even trying to rebuild on my own terrain. That is just so entertaining. That guy doesn't know when to give up. Joel has finally quit the game. What Thomas doesn't know is that I can also shoot through the walls. The game is about to finally end. This player has been quite an annoyance. The last free peasant has just been murdered. Oh, it's just the mines we have to get rid of. Thomas is still trying to prolong the game. Don't worry guys, it's about to end. That guy is an annoyance. Oh, I don't know what to say to you guys. And now he should die. Yes, and he did. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching the stream. We reached the all-time high for our streams today. Thank you very much for that. I hope you appreciate the quality I'm trying to put into those streams. Once again, thank you very much for watching. if you want, you could donate to the channel and make it even better, if that's even possible, of course. You can send money through Super Chats, or preferably through PayPal, where YouTube doesn't take 20% of the money donated. Take care, everyone, once again. Take care.